Just started the video and look, I got a visitor. I've been watching this stuff for a minute. Just hiked for about like 45 minutes. Yo, I think that, okay, so I'm gonna do an oracle card pull. And one of the decks I'm working with is this one. The Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And I just find it so interesting that this duck was literally across this creek, like all the way over there. And look at it, just came over here. The energy and vibration is real. I just think that, like, wow. Okay, so let's flip some cards. I have a beautiful place. I'm in a bamboo forest, and I grounded myself, just breathing, just enjoying this peace. This is where I find my peace of peace. We're also going to be working with this deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle. We also have the Light Seer's Tarot, just to clarify. I'm kind of on an interesting little slope here on this front, but it's perfect. It's like I got some shade. I wanted the sun to hit my skin. I want to get my vitamin D. So I'm going to set up a little setup here, do my best. How are you guys doing? Today, I knew I was long overdue for nature. I was long overdue for a walk and through the woods, for just expansion and just the calming of my nervous system. I needed it. I wanted, and this is what I want every single day. Let's get into this cards. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, welcome. Oh my gosh. I'm getting distracted, but that was right there. So I have a friend that's coming to join. Let's get it. I don't know, I love that. I feel like that energy just feels really special to me. I love animals, and I just pay attention to them and how they move. Alright, let's shuffle some cards. Spirit guides and angels. Spirits of the highest lights, my spiritual guides and my angels, my ancestors. I'm sitting with you today to help to pull some cards for a clear message after a hike, after grounding and after connecting with nature. What is it that you want us to know in this moment? Any insights and wisdoms? Help me to be the vessel, a clear vessel, so that I may see not just with my physical eye, but with my inner eye. Thank you. In this moment, you can just take a nice, deep breath, ground yourself down. Release it through your mouth. The Spirit Oracle deck. Got one card right away. Look at this beautiful card right here. Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. Don't we all need that message? I'm gonna grab one more card. Spirit guides and angels, thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful. Can I get another oracle card? What animal do we need to learn from? Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Right away, I feel like, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Ant spirit, time to collaborate. Teamwork. Wow. But these two cards that just came out with the elephant spirit and the canary spirit, I instantly get integrate the things that happened in the past with who you are now to create your own thing. And let's get into the description and read what they both have to say. Learn from the past, elephant spirit. The oracle message. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, elephant spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge that which came before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you experience, the stories in our collective memory, the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. The protection message says, are you feeling uncomfortable with a tradition, custom, or familiar behavior that no longer fits who you are? Do you wish the past could be erased so it could no longer cause you a moment's pain? Elephant spirit is here to encourage you to write a different story and alter the traditions in ways that acknowledge that we all evolve for transformation in our nature. Elephant spirit calls you to not be selective in your memory, because ignoring the good or the bad will prevent you from growing your wisdom and strength. Build on the best of the past, learn from the worst, and walk into the future with dignity, accompanied by the elephant spirit, who remembers the truth and honors your strength and wisdom. Wow. I don't know, I just felt like emotional when I read that last part. I'm going to read it again because wow, it's hitting. Build on the best of the past, learn from the worst, and walk into the future with dignity, accompanied by elephant spirit, who remembers the truth and honors your strength and wisdom. I feel like I mentioned in the beginning, incorporating what happened in the past and where you are right now. This message is hitting real personal for me because right before I came here, I was having a conversation with my sister, and we were actually talking about our childhood in our past, about how we both grew up in the same home with the same parents, but the way we process what we've been through in our childhood, it doesn't show up the same through us. We may process it differently, and it may show up differently through us. But what did we learn? And I think we're both moving through making peace and forgiving what has happened, because it's necessary to live our best life today. I love elephants just in general, so just seeing this card is means a lot to me. I just really like elephants. I like what they represent and how they have a good memory. They're emotional. They feel and they express the emotion and the feelings. I'm gonna read Canary Spirit next. Sing your own song. This is giving me authenticity. Be yourself. Wave your freak flag. Be yourself. But let's see what we get. Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice, authenticity, and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine, as Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary Spirit's message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully, when your note rings true. Yes. Oh man. Okay. Before I read protection, it's like I just want to get it out before I lose it, you know? The things that have happened in the past do shape us into who we are right now. And we can take that and incorporate that and share that in some way. It's like also, I feel like, don't be ashamed of what you've been through. And how can you incorporate those things that might have been painful or those things that are really beautiful? How can you incorporate that and share that? And do you want to share that? Is there something that you want to share with the world? And I'm thinking, I'm thinking of myself. I'm speaking to myself too. Like, is there something that you want to share with the world, but maybe the details of it just don't feel so great? Maybe it was traumatic. Maybe it causes anxiety or sadness still to this day. Is there a way to find a detachment from that? Because it is in the past, it's not happening right now. And to incorporate that and turn it into something beautiful. The protection message says, are you suppressing your true voice? Perhaps trying to sing the song you think people want to hear instead of your own? You create a cage around your life when you express only what you think will help you fit in and get what you think you want. Are you hiding the real you? Telling a safe story about yourself to others because you are afraid they will think you are too different? Ooh, if they knew the truth. Canary Spirit comes to help you express yourself in a more honest and authentic way. Yes, not everyone will agree with you. In fact, not everyone will want to hear your originality or accept your uniqueness. You must not give this a single care. There will be plenty of people, opportunities, and wonderful new experiences that arrive as if by magic once you open your own cage door and fly free. Canary Spirit is cheering for you and wants you to know you're safe and loved. Find your voice and have courage to spread your wings and sing out loud. The world needs your true song. You guys, sing out loud. Share that thing. This message came out for a reason. There's something that is in you, that's living in you, that needs to be expressed. And this message is supporting it. I'm going to hold up these two oracle cards one more time before I put them down. And let's get some wisdom of the oracle to support. Okay, wisdom of the oracle. Oh, wisdom of the oracle. Thank you, Spirit Guides and Angels, for that, for those cards. You always come through with the truth. Thank you so much. Let's get some wisdom of the oracle. I feel like this is really speaking to me too, because I've been watching YouTube for, I think, however long YouTube is, however many years YouTube is. Like, is it 14 years? I've been watching YouTube. So before people even started posting yoga on YouTube, I really wanted to. But I also was dealing with a sickness, with Lyme disease, and I wasn't feeling good about my body. I wasn't feeling good in my health. I didn't have enough energy. I just had a desire. My spirit wanted to do something, and I created so many reasons why I just wasn't ready. I need to learn more. I need to go back to school. I don't know enough. I'm very much a student, like, love to learn, and I just psyched myself out of it for years. I mean, it's like 14 years later, and now I'm finally posting, and everything in due time, divine timing is important, because it's so interesting. I'm not even in the same space that I was living in for the last 14 years. I'm not with the same people that I was around in the last 14 years. I'm not even the same person. I'm not even the same person I was last month or 3 months ago. And so I just think about how I've sat on the sidelines and I've watched people post, and I've been following and supporting for so long, just kind of in the shadows, wanting to do this thing on YouTube, wanting to share, but not really knowing how I wanted to share, and not wanting to share like other people. I guess just I needed that time to kind of just ferment and turn into fine wine, and to figure out, who am I? How am I going to share this thing? And are any of you, you can share in the comments, are any of you in that place right now where you're knowing yourself, you're getting comfortable with your identity, maybe you're still tapping it, maybe you're still discovering who you are. I know I still am. and you're figuring out how maybe you want to be creative or how you want to show up in your relationships or friendships. And I'm just glad that I finally just said fuck it. Like, I don't care if it's not perfect. I don't care if I don't have the perfect setup. I don't care if I have the things, the electronics. I'm gonna use what I have, and I'm just gonna do the best that I'm gonna do, because like the time is now, and the fire was just lit in me recently, and I think it had to do with my birthday at the top of this month. I'm in Aries. My birthday's at the beginning of April. My birthday was actually the day of the solar eclipse, and I just feel like why am I wasting time? You know, like no more. Like it's time. Let's get a card. Let's get a wisdom of the oracle card to support. Thinker. Ooh, that speaks to me. I be over analyzing. Should I get one more card? No. All right. The wisdom of the oracle gave us thinker with the number 44. I'm not like, I like numerology. I'm not super into it. I'm not going to act like I understand all of it, but I do pay attention to repeating numbers. And sometimes I just be sitting with my spirit guides like, what does this mean? But I just try to pay attention to where I'm at, what's happening around me, what energy am I in, just being more mindful, just paying more attention. More attention. Thinker, let's get into it. What does this mean? First of all, let me look at it and see. I just thought about overanalyzing, and I don't know if you can notice this in the picture, if it's showing up, but do you see this figure? It's like a spirit right there, like a face showing up in that, like on the wall, just watching, almost like an angel or spirit guide, just watching the fairy, just thinking, overanalyzing, just super in her head, stuck, blocked, sitting on a block, just blocking oneself. Be yourself and don't overthink it. There's just too much clones out there. We need more originality and authenticity in this world. Let's read this. Essential meaning, strategy, being analytical and logical. Ooh, such Virgo energy. The oracle's message, the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, and for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. The relationship message says love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is a good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Wow. This relationship message, I feel like, is not only speaking for romantic relationships, but platonic, friendships, family relationships. People will show you who they are. Don't gaslight yourself. Pay attention to the red flags. You know, I have often been, I have given, you know what, let me be specific. In the relationship that I broke off from 2 years ago, I gave it a second chance. And I felt like I did it because I was thinking of creating of all these, like objective type of like reasons, like, oh, this many years were invested, this amount of resources were invested, I should give it another try, right? When the red flags were red. They were blood red, and it was time to go. And my inner being knew that, but I was holding on. And so if you're dealing with that in a relationship, and I'm also getting like just work. This is just making me think of like work too. Like if you're just noticing things in the workplace with certain people, and it could be hard to let go of work because we got bills to pay. We live in a capitalistic society. Like we got to survive. We have to eat. Got to keep a roof over our heads. Maybe people to take care of, and people that we need to take care of, and people relying on us. but at what cost, you know? Because our energy is is money too. Like our energy is also currency. Let's read the prosperity message. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now. Ooh, Virgo energy. I'm a Virgo rising, so this is like talking to me too. Lists are your friend now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will lead wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all and the protection spirit. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Oh my goodness, I will never cease to be in awe when the message just aligns. So you might, as I continue doing these oracle pulls into the future, I get hyped, I get super excited, I get goosebumps. It just happens because I'm just trusting more in myself and trusting more in spirit. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest, do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Give your mind a rest, do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Thank you. Thank you. The facts are the facts. There's nothing wrong with mulling over the details and making lists and planning, but don't get caught up that it keeps you stuck. Whatever this is, if this has to do with your creativity or a project you're working on, if this has to do with workplace stuff, environments, certain people, certain places, certain things, you're being asked to know yourself. And I think this is going to be a message that I probably sing for the rest of my life about how important meditation and sitting with oneself is a real medicine, is really beneficial. It's good for the nervous system. You have to know yourself if you're going to be moving around in this world. You have to know yourself if you want true, genuine connections, true, genuine intimacy. What do you like? What do you want? What are your boundaries? And I am speaking to me too. Take the things that you went through. It's time to detach from shaming ourselves and making ourselves feel bad and criticizing ourselves. It's time to detach and move away from that and say wow, I look at human beings right now on this planet, no matter what age you are. We are a young species. We are just crawling as human beings. We are crawling, figuring out how to do this life thing and this human thing. I just feel like as a human species, we're crawling. We were not given a guidebook on okay, so when you come to Earth, you land down, you're a baby, this is how you deal with trauma, this is how you deal with bullying from your own family, this is how you deal with narcissism, this is how you deal with passive aggressiveness or microaggressions. We weren't given that. But the way to learn about how to go about those things is to sit with yourself and tap into your own love and kindness and compassion and forgiveness towards self. And then you can move with clarity on how you're going to deal with people. Some people do need to be checked. I'm sorry. Sometimes my words and the way I communicate can be a sword. They could be a weapon. Because some people need to be told, no, this is my boundary. I didn't do it enough as a child. It was part of my upbringing. It was how I was raised and how I was brought up. I didn't speak up for myself. I let too much shit slide. No boundaries, super open, super sensitive, and super open. And then I just grew this hard, encrusted, cold cage shell around myself. Because I became bitter and mad and negative and pessimistic about why would people treat me like that? But girl, you don't got boundaries. Eunice, you don't got no boundaries. You need to teach people by being authentically you, how they are going to treat you and how they're going to approach you and how they're going to respect you. And some people don't care. And guess what? Bye-bye. Peace. Peace out. We don't got time for that. We don't got time to try to keep training people. One time, 2 times, 3 times. Nope. You don't get it. All right. I still got some battery on my camera. Let's just get some tarot. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. This is like my first tarot deck, and it's so interesting that I chose this deck to learn tarot with. It's like usually people do the traditional Rider-Waite. I went straight for this because I don't know, something about me was like trust your intuition and the symbolism. I did get a traditional Rider-Waite deck though, so I could just like really learn and see where it all started and began. But I love this deck. This deck goes with me. Let's flip the cards right here. Wow, it's time to stop over-analyzing. Write things down, make lists, start mapping things out, and don't overwhelm yourself, one step at a time. And you also pat yourself on the back for the little wins too. You might not be able to all get it done in one day or 1 week or even 1 month, but make a decision. Do meditate and spend time with yourself. And little by little, it will all come together. But the relationship with the self is the most important relationship ever. The other relationships will fall into place. Such beautiful messages. I love it. All right, let's cut this deck. All right, let's get a clarifying card. Most High Spirit. Elephant Spirit. Ace of Swords. An opportunity to think, maybe a new spark. New thoughts. Let's get a clarifying card for Canary Spirit. 2 of Swords. Okay, so a lot of Swords energy coming out. A lot of mind stuff. 2 of Swords, 2 choices. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's a person who's blindfolding, holding 2 swords. Their arms are guarded and crossed in front of them. Opening up more. Seeing. There's a lot of mind stuff going on. I mean, we have the thinker here, like just thinking, just in the mind. But the ace is also a spark, something new, maybe new ideas, new inspiration. Is there some? Let's get a clarifying card for the thinker. Can I get a clarifying card for the thinker? 2 of Cups. Ooh. Partnership, collaboration. Working together. I don't know. So I'm looking at this in the rainbow, and I'm just thinking about what I said when it came to the to the animal spirit oracles I pulled about the integration of self, bringing together the past self, the best of the past, and this present moment. I'm gonna see if there's any more card. I don't want this to go too long. I can flip cards forever, like for hours. Sitting for hours. I mean, ooh, 7 of Cups. So we have mind and emotions on the board right now. So many choices and many options. You know what? Like this. Like look at him thinking, trying to decide like which one do I pick? Where do I go? And she thinking, just over analyzing, just in the head. You know what you know. Make a plan. Don't feel like you have to move fast to make a decision about whatever this is. I know what this is saying for me. What is it saying for you? What do you see in the cards? Because you're a reader too. You have your intuition. Definitely like, especially the swords in this tarot deck. The swords, whenever I see them, it's like ooh, because like just the strings, the blindfoldedness, it just doesn't look, the dark, dense colors, it just doesn't look like light. It just looks like mental angst. This Look at that light beam. Look at that infinity spiral right there, the possibilities. If there's new inspirations and there's new things that you want to work on, but maybe things from the past are holding you back and you're over analyzing, just take your time, be patient. I'm gonna end it right here, just on that. You know, like I'm like big ups. Like I'm just saying, like go, be yourself. We need more authentic people. We need more truth in our society. We need to see more truth. We need to see more real. We need to see more honesty, more raw. Be yourself and take your time on how that is going to show up and look for you. Whether you're dealing with an environmental situation, a relationship situation, a self situation, integrate the best parts of yourself and leave the past behind. We make mistakes. Forgive yourself. Move forward. Nobody is bounding you and sentencing you to a life of having to relive your mistakes and traumas forever. And it's hard because reprogramming the mind is hard. The mind, the brain, like the science of the brain is to hold on to those things, to remember to protect you and keep you safe so that you can survive. But we don't have to live in this thing from the past for forever. We can let go. We can make peace. Maybe even turn it into a ceremony. You know, cord cutting ceremonies are great, but you know what? Sit down, turn it into a ceremony. You know what? Goodbye. I do this when I'm getting rid of clothes. This sounds like so kind of side note, but maybe a little ADD-ish, but whatever. It came to my mind, I'm gonna say it. I have just recently purged, and I still feel like I'm in I'm still gonna be purging of clothes and just stuff. I don't want no more fast fashion, all that Fashion Nova Shein. If anybody out there likes that stuff, cool. That's you. That's great. But for me, I felt it. I was I need to get rid of stuff. I have enough, and I'm also just changing how I dress and how I buy clothing. So I was really looking at things, and I did it one by one. It was very intentional and methodic. I held up a shirt. You know what? I haven't worn you in months or years. You've been sitting in this bin, just talking it through. Fold it up. You know what? Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the time that you served me. You know, I wore you this, I got you at this time. I still remember, but I'm moving on. I'm growing. Somebody else can use you. While I'm folding it up and getting ready to put it in the donation pile, I'm turning it into a ritual and saying goodbye. Do that with some of these things in the past. Fold it up, we're packing it up, we've unpacked it, we're packing it back up, and we're sending it off. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let these things hold you back from who you really are. Thank you for joining me for this oracle card pull. I like sitting here in nature and just pulling cards. It's I do this for myself a lot, so it was really great to share it with you. Peace and ease to y'all. Until next time. Peace out.